now I got to figure out out how to tell Brendan without getting it hot.
I can't tell if the podcast has started or not because I thought we were going to hear music. Do you think it started?
It's live at 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 11, 12, 13 seconds.
Well,
anyway, I'm live streaming this.
No, you're not. But
I'm doing it right now. I told the people I would, and I am.
Producer Mike, have we started?
You said you could hear it. We heard it for a second, and then it went away.
And then went away. Yeah,
we did. He said
we did. We started.
I'll read all the producer comments. Thank you. Okay. We did.
I apologize.
I'm the narrator.
Yes, I apologize. Welcome to the Rad Dude Cast. Thank you guys.
Who are you even welcoming? We're not even live.
The listeners. Now, if you enjoy the Rad Dude Cast, I gotta remind you, you're missing out if you're not a patron, because you can go to patreon.com/raddudecast and you can get.
What's patron? For those who don't know,
yeah,
you give money on Patreon.
What's the internet, Brendan?
Tell us what Patreon is for the new listeners who don't know how to support.
Never.
They want to help, but now they can't.
Two gentlemen. Please, never have there been two gentlemen more interested in sabotaging their own financial gain. Do you think I'm doing this because I like saying this, because I enjoy it? Just go to patreon.com/raddudecast. You can get 3 bonus episodes a week. There's 3 different tiers: $15, $10, $5. You're gonna love it. That's out of the way.
But all the tiers, you get no tears, no crying at you, crybaby. It's all laughter.
That's right.
No tears tier. It's a no tier.
That's right. Absolutely right. I have to second Greg Stone. There are tears, but there's no tears.
No tears.
Fears.
Have we
yes,
started? Oh.
There are fears.
I don't think we actually started. I don't think that he actually hit record.
He did.
This is all for nothing. You were just promoting the Patreon to me.
Now,
Anthony?
Is your guys' screens getting choppy or no?
No, man, just your internet, because you're at the goddamn beach again.
Yeah, because you just go, you're a fucking nomad. You're like one of these guys I read about. They put Facebook ads for like, hey, man, you can live and work out of a RV. And that's what you're doing.
I'm looking into it. Yeah, I'm severely looking into it. I am Dr. Beach. All right, well, then that's okay. So my thing will just be a little choppy, and that's not bad.
Yeah, you're not that bad.
Guy hasn't been in this.
Talking, Brendan.
I know you were. You go ahead.
I'm done talking now.
He's like, he hasn't been in the same place for 39 episodes. He's like Whitey Bulger. The guy's on the run from the FBI.
One day we're gonna see a Twister up here right behind him and scoop him up. We didn't even know he was in Oklahoma. Old Twister Tony Twister, newsboy.
I should have given you. Should have given you a heads up.
I've got
I knew you were away.
Now I've got a comment.
No, I meant yeah.
I've got a comment and a question. The comment is got a really nice message on Facebook Messenger from a listener, Daniel D. Really appreciated it. So hey, thanks, Daniel D. Just kind of some common mental health stuff we had in common. It made me feel good, made my day. Question: you two went on vacation without me again. What was that like?
Well, we had a spot open for you, but we brought Mike Suarez instead because he needs to produce our vacation.
Yeah,
he produces it. He gives us all the ad reads that we do for the beach.
I want to get mad. I want to get mad, but a vacation producer sounds pretty good. So I can't really. That seems like it would be a useful guy.
Yeah, he's great, man. He wakes everybody up at the right time.
Sure.
He sets our schedule. He does eggs. He does eggs a la carte, so everyone gets their own individual cart of eggs. Yeah, he does haircuts. He does everything you'd want on a vacation. He's like a butler. He's like a little butler that also we didn't pay him. We refused at the end because he kind of messed up the last day's dinner. And so then we were like, well, fuck you. We're not paying you for any of this.
Yep.
So we didn't pay him
Perfect
anything.
or nothing.
Yeah, perfect or nothing. Those are the rules.
He knew the situation when he walked into it.
You bowl a 300 or you're out.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, these these towels are folded. You mess up one egg, you're back on the streets.
And we don't pay for travel. We don't pay for travel.
You figure it out.
Yeah, that is a tier system, my friend. The top tier system, because he cries because he lost a lot of money on a vacation where he had to wait on his hand and foot. Anyway, I want to bring something up, and this is a big deal.
Yeah,
before I say anything, Wakanda forever, everybody. Wakanda forever.
Yeah, honestly, rip, rest in peace, rest in power, King, rest in power,
King, bro.
Dude, that guy's a hero.
Total hero. What's up, Anthony? You did a hand motion. I thought you didn't do a hand motion.
To the gods, to the gods.
Hell yeah, to God.
I wasn't. Rest in power, King.
Everybody dies, but not everybody is Black Panther. You know what I mean? Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
That's
anyway,
true.
That's not what I wanted to bring up. What I wanted to bring up was the bullshit Brendan's been on for 3 days.
What's that?
I got an email from someone. I'm going to read it real quick. I'm mixing too many topics. Sorry, guys. I'm lucid. I got an email too from someone that says, let me read that real quick. We got to do emails first. This one says, hey, big RDC fan. I'm a Greg guy. Just wanted to reach out. So you make me so happy. Big question. What happened to Brendan? He's been real weird lately. I still like the guy, but his attitude has changed and his hair is weird. And I don't actually think he has a girlfriend. And I don't think he moved to Cleveland. And his blue shirt sucks. But I love everybody. Love you all. See you later. That's the email.
Sounds like a real-time email.
Real-time.
Real-time email.
Well, I will, in defense of that guy, I have been wearing this shirt for a few days. So that doesn't rule out the integrity of the email. I think there's a lot of valid points there.
You got the blue shirt?
About the whole thing, really.
I like it.
I've been down on myself.
You've been down on yourself? Let's boost you up.
It's like, I got these awesome headbands. I've never looked better. I got a gold chain. Things are rough, man. Things are rough. This is the best you've ever been.
I've
got a giant house. I just fuck all the time. Whoever I want.
So why are you down?
I'm not. This is sarcasm, baby. I'm living the best life. I'm living the best life of anyone. You see these posters behind me? You think some loser gets 3 posters?
No loser gets 3 posters. Some losers get 1 poster.
Not that I know.
Oh, we got another email from this guy. Says, sorry, Brendan. I realized that may have came off wrong. What I wanted to say was, you're gay. Shut up. That's weird. That's a weird email. I'm sorry. I didn't know where he was going with that one. He just called you gay, which is like in today's society, like we accept gay people.
Now, here's the thing.
I'm gay for emails.
I think this attack. From Anthony, let me have a discussion here with you. I believe this attack from Greg involving a fictitious emailer who I don't believe is real. I believe this attack.
That sounded legit to me.
Okay, fine. You're Team Greg. That's fine. But hear me out. And nevertheless,
I'm just saying it sounded. I'm hearing you out. It just sounded legit. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Sammy Sosa doesn't email just anybody.
Sammy Sosa.
That was Sammy Sosa.
This was from Sammy Sosa.
We have an email correspondent, Sammy and I, and he worries about you and your blue shirt and your hair has been weird.
Well, I just think this is not live, so I don't quite see how he could be correcting himself in a immediate email.
He's a futurist. Everyone knows that about Sammy Sosa. He's a futurist. He sees where the world is going and he anticipates with emails. He just doesn't do it with technology. He does it with insults. Are we done? Everyone got quiet.
Well, I'm waiting to see where the Sammy Sosa thread leads.
Let me tell you where this Sammy Sosa thing leads. I am just jumping out of the plane without a parachute and hoping I could land on something that's soft. But I just started talking without knowing where I'm going. So, that's how I roll,
Yeah.
I just aim for the bushes, baby. Jump out, aim for the bushes.
Now, Anthony, You
Go ahead,
did
Brendan.
you did one. Thank you. You did the rare move. You went from vacation to vacation. What's
Double
that like?
vacation.
Yeah, double vacation. That's
Man.
Left a vacation early to go to another vacation. Just want to add that in there. He said, "Sorry guys, I gotta go." Had to leave early from our vacation to go to another vacation by himself. You think you're insulted? You were invited. He cut our vacation short. Went to another vacation.
Yeah.
With no one, just him and his lady.
I double booked myself on vacations.
That's literally
was,
like
schedule mix up, and unfortunately had to in this predicament.
That's literally Anthony like looking Greg in the eye and saying, "Hey man, I'm sorry, I gotta leave this Benihana because I'm going to I just got to get to a Benihana where you aren't there."
Yeah, it's called a Zach Morris, where you have 2 dates and you try to do 2 dates in the same day. Also, I'd like to add, sorry, man, I have a lot of energy today. And a lot to say. You just put your hands up when you want me to stop talking.
No, man,
he left.
I'm on vacation right now.
He left vacation to go on another vacation. And then on that little vacation right now, he left Julia to do a podcast and also come back to me. You know, like it's weird that now what you need to do is go to the bathroom during this podcast as to be in 6 layers of leaving things. It's a true Russian doll of overbooking.
I had a real
I'm a busy man.
I had a moment where there was a fan, really nice guy. He works with I won't say his name, but he works with kind of troubled youth, and he wanted to interview me just based on some of the drug and alcohol stuff I've been through, just in general. But and then after the interview ended, he like was real curious about the Rad Dude Cast, and he was like, so are you all 3 like best friends in real life? And I go, I mean, yeah, but Anthony and Greg are better friends. And he was like, really? And I was like, well, yeah, they grew up together. I'm not like hurt. And he was like, oh, that sucks, man. And I was like, no, they grew up together. It's fine. That's how it works. Like, it's all fine. We're all best friends. Like,
at some point, Brendan, it's all the same.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's all the same. This is in 3rd grade.
Exactly.
You're not exactly because you keep bringing it up. You keep going, oh, well, how am I gonna better? Here's what you got to do. Anthony goes in a coma for 10 years. You and I'll hang out every day. And then when Anthony comes back out of the coma,
that's a very high possibility of that.
We caught up.
Well,
we caught up.
I think an idea. How about this? If we make an agreement.
Let's make an agreement.
Next time, group vacation, you guys invite me. I'll say I can't go. That way, you won't need me. That you won't. It won't be a real invite because you'll know I'm gonna say I can't go. But it will all get to pretend I was invited.
I'm about to blow your fucking pants right now, bro. How about next time we just do a group vacation and you can come? Because I would love to have you come. There's nothing against that.
I can't go.
Well, we do this North Carolina trip where we get a big house and then everyone gets a room. Yeah. You and Amy should come. And then this guy's got kids, and that guy, we love kids. So if you like kids, you'll have fun with that kid.
Well, we are excited.
I don't know. I wouldn't even worry about it. I would treat that like a speed bump.
Yeah. Well, because but Taco and Mike, the hits, and then Anthony and Tita, and then you and Amy. That's it.
Well, and don't forget the Thailand trip that's on the horizon.
That's not happening because Thailand is in shambles, and we don't know that. I'm going to have to do a little Thailand getaway where I make the Astoria Park look like Thailand, hire a bunch of actors, get a tiger, and then be like, Tita, look, I brought you to everyone in Asian face, Thailand, to supplement the trip that's never going to happen because Thailand's in shambles.
What's going on over there?
Trouble, brother. First off, COVID. I don't know what's going on with COVID over there, but I'm guessing that's another layer. Then the king was with the king is a dick, and then they hate him now, and now there's like revolutions, many revolutions, and not the kind that are just like people going around in a circle, like actual revolutions.
Can I backtrack for a second? What are the kind that are people going around in a circle? Because I'm interested in revolution. I get it, like a revolution.
Revolution. Full revolution.
Yeah. Not those kind.
Me and little kids usually go, "Hey, you want to do the revolution game?" And we just spin around until we throw up.
Yeah.
It's a revolution, my friend.
Some would call it ring around the rosy, but not you. You would call it you want to play a little Che Guevara?
Did you have sit and spin when you were little?
I knew a kid on my street was sit and spin.
It was a hell of a revolutionary game. But you would just sit on that thing and you'd spin and then you'd throw up, and that's how they marketed it. You just sit and you spin and you throw up, and then you have a headache for the rest of the day. And parents were just like, "Give me 2. I have 3 kids that one can share."
They had this thing. They had this piece of equipment, which to this day, the best piece of playground equipment I've ever seen. It was at this park we used to take the kids to when I worked at a day camp. And all it was this big like metal circle that was kind of like monkey bars in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on chains connected to a pole. And you could just wrap it. You could just keep spinning it so it would go higher and higher up the pole. And then when you let it go, it literally would just be spinning at 60 miles per hour. There's kids flying off, loving it. Like
a merry-go-round, but not a merry-go-round?
Kind of, but backwards. You spun it up the pole. You needed like adults to push it.
High?
It would get higher and higher, and then you'd let go, and it would spin. The tension would spin it back the other way at nearly 100. Mike, I don't know.
Producer, you got to pull this up.
There might not be. It might have been the only one. It looked homemade.
Yeah, that was an Air. That was somebody in your family built that. With some crazy son of a bitch in the Cleveland Air family built that baby to test children's metal.
It was literally where it was at the Ohio. What I would call the Ohio version of Action Park. It like didn't have quite as it was like half a water park. Like one of the things they had was a water slide that was like 90 feet tall, but it wasn't a water slide. It was just one of those playground slides with like 2-inch edges on it and a hose. And it was like, so it was Cleveland's version of Action Park, but not quite as many historically dangerous rides.
You just hit something, Anthony. If you're talking, you have to like do a motion because you're a little choppy, so it's hard to tell when you're talking.
Yeah, I'm not talking at all because it's super choppy. So I'm just I'm trying to connect the dots because it'll go out for like a whole 15 seconds, and then Brendan pops right back, and he's further along. And I know you guys are talking about it, something spinning. I can't. And the Cleveland Airs built it. Those are the only things I got so far.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what you'll think, and then we'll have new memories that are different. I had a quick memory, and I had a thing. Now I remember, we had Action Park growing up, and I remember growing up, you always a lesson you learn you get older is that like the kids usually with the coolest toys. This is something I talk about a lot. Were the kids with the worst parents because their parents would just buy them everything because they were like, I can't. I'm not Anthony. Not counting Anthony. Not counting Anthony. Like they'd have like all the best toys because their parents wouldn't pay attention to them. Right. Also, those kids were the only way you'd get to Action Park. Like my parents would never take me to Action Park, but we all knew this kid, Tim Weber, and I don't know if but he was like, those were like some, Tim Weber was great. Maybe his parents, but we had some, I don't want to shit talk Tim Weber because his parents were really nice, but all the shitty kids would be like, well, my parents take us to Action Park because they don't do any research.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how you'd get to Action Park.
And I would like to tack on to that. I don't know if you agree with this. I think there was also a correlation with the best toys. Like the kid who had like a Papa-Shot in his basement
what the hell's a Papa-Shot?
You know, the basketball machine. Remember some kids would have those?
I knew a kid who had a basketball rim in his basement.
That was the same.
Looking at one of them.
And I had one. Anthony's case is different. Anthony's case is clearly different because of just the way he grew up.
Yeah.
But like that was always the kid. What you're saying, the kid with the best toys, worst parents. It was also the kid with the best toys was the kid whose parents were eventually fine with people drinking in their basement in high school.
Yeah, because they were drinking in their basement.
Yeah, yeah, same parents always. Like, yeah, sure, come over. Just nobody drive home. Fine.
I also like to argue that Anthony had great parent. You know, it is, you can say he had a bad parents because his dad was a hitman. Like, I don't know what qualifies as a bad. I don't think it's subjective to say one of his parents wasn't great. I mean, one of them was a hitman. The other one was the most wonderful human being. God bless. Oh, Joanne, we love her. She's one of the sweetest human beings. Commented on a post of their day. May my rest in your bed in peace. You know, because she's just sleeping right now. You know, get good rest in peace tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Rest in the break room. She's at work right now.
Rest in the break room.
It's pretty incredible that we've really come full circle in a year and a half from complete secret to just referring to Anthony's father as a hitman. We already. I mean, is that confirmed that was his actual job, or wasn't he just a wise guy?
Well, it's more. No, well, he's more an upper management kind of guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But
really?
let's not say he didn't dabble in that too. But you know, such are the duties of upper management sometimes.
You sometimes got your hands dirty. I once worked at a fortune office, and
exactly.
the head of the store would come and help bag groceries. Well, he would help bag things, not groceries, but he would bag things because he's like, you want things to get done right, you got to go down with the people and show them how it's done.
And you set an example. You say, if I'm willing to get my hands dirty and kill a guy, well, then you guys need to step it up a little bit.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He just took me away from all my forms that I had to do.
I wonder if there were forms in the mob, you know, of like, we got to keep track of some of this stuff, you know, like who did Vinny, who did you put in the garbage yesterday? Oh, that was Terry. Is he okay? He broke his arm, but he'll know, you know, like they have to be keeping some kind of, but I guess you can't document because then the cops will find it.
I'd like to venture, and I am no expert. I'd like to venture that no, there were not forms regarding whose arm you broke and threw in the garbage.
But there were bookkeepers, right?
Oh, they did keep books. Sure, they had to keep books. Yeah, yeah. On who owed what?
Maybe a star meant we saw him once. A circle meant we saw him twice. 3-star. There's no 3-star. 3-star. Your head's rolling down the alley. Alley rolling. Alley rolling head.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to keep track of all their vendettas too. You know what I mean? To be like, you know, hey, do we still have beef with? You know what I mean? They're like, check the forms.
Dude, what if that ever happened? Right? There's like a knock on the door. You knock on the door and you go. He's like, I'm like, I'm serving a vendetta to you. And he was like, we talked about this. And the guy goes, right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I said you were good. Sorry. I woke up late.
I got so much going on. And you look like one of the other guys from the family I don't like. So you could see how this is a mix-up.
Yeah, you got to write these vendetta squashes down.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
They do historically make mistakes. Like, there was this DA my dad knew was telling me he used to work mob cases, and one time he prosecuted these guys that whacked two people just because they were in the same van of the person they were supposed to whack. So they just saw a van and were like, well, that's it. It's got to be him. And it was just two people.
Two pizza delivery boys.
They whacked a Toyota Sienna. That's what they were after. And just
I mean, this is so stupid. I'm even going to mention this, but my thoughts are my thoughts, and I put them out there. I wonder if there was ever a mob guy who was like, Vinny, I told you to kill that guy. Or I told you to whack that guy, you know? And he's like, I did. And he's like, well, why is he still alive? It's like, well, I just whacked him. I came up behind him. I hit him in the head and I left him. Like, no, you don't know what whack means? It's like whack is a hit. Yeah, I know, a murder. You have to murder. Well, you got to tell me these things.
Yeah.
That's my first day.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, Greg.
I'm not taking questions right now, but
I'm going to
Greg, was that bit about how a mobster who doesn't know what whack means?
Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks,
funny.
Anthony. It's nice to know that you
couldn't hear the whole thing, but I
yeah, man. For those following in on the podcast, that was a bit about not knowing what taking whack too literal.
For those hearing every fourth word from their mysterious beach house, that's about confusing whack with whack.
Well, how many times do you listen to a podcast and you kind of stop paying attention because you're doing other things? It's kind of nice for Anthony because then he can catch everybody up who's kind of half listening. You know, like, wait, what was it? What are you guys talking about again?
Well, it is. It's good. What's throwing me off a bit is I don't know if should we be trying to include you, Anthony, or just are you happy in in this scenario?
Honestly, man, I think this is kind of working out great, and I've got them all so far. There really hasn't been too much that I've missed.
Yeah. Also, I can't stop talking today, so I don't know. Like, I probably wasn't gonna let him talk anyway.
It's great. That's great.
Know? I'm just gonna talk over Anthony anyway.
12:30.
So now I have an excuse. Anthony, I'm not asking you for the time. I'd like to know where we are in the podcast. So I typed in time to the producer. Then Anthony wrote back 12:30. What a classic schmagoli. What a classic schmagoli you are.
Oh, man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Greg Stone Advertisement. This is an advertisement that's mine, and I'm the one who got it for us, and it's my bookie. What? What's a bookie? It's a guy who doesn't make you read. Don't worry about books. It's about betting. We're going to do some... Brendan, you give us a tell on what you're talking about.
Well, Greg, you know what? Winning season is back at my bookie. Winning season means doubling your first deposit. That's huge. It means Survivor, Super Contests, Squares. At my bookie, winning season means hitting all your parlays and props with your feet up on the couch, watching your favorite team trounce their rivals. How do you feel about that, Greg?
Well, I feel one way about it, and it's one thing that I love. And I like to take bets on whether or not I'm going to get a divorce. Are they doing that? You better bet yes, because things are not looking good. She yelled at me yesterday for a long time. So you're going to get a lot of money if you bet divorce in my life. I don't think they're taking that bet, but I'm taking that bet. That's why I hit all my stuff that I like.
Also, with the NFL season returning, invest in your intuition. Use promo code DUDECAST, at DUDECAST, and double your first deposit. New players get up to $1,000 in free play, designed to add more excitement to the sports you love and the games you bet. From live betting to championship futures, every play you want to make, including if Greg is getting a divorce or not, is waiting at my bookie. It's simple. Greg, go ahead, please.
You know what play isn't coming back? The play where she makes love to me. I hope you took the bet that it's going to be two cold backs next to each other and just two people wondering about what their future is going to look like after COVID. Make that bet. I won't, because it's been real hard lately. It's been pretty rough, you know, because maybe we should start doing things together, like pottery. I don't know.
Yeah. Like Greg said, it's simple. Make your picks, win big, collect your cash. Use promo code DUDECAST and double your first deposit. Your winning season begins today. Only at my bookie.
My bookie.
My bookie.
My bookie.
My bookie.
That sounds a lot. You don't, Anthony. You just make it worse. What was that question you were going to ask?
Me? No, I didn't have a question.
I called you a classic schmagoli.
Classic schmagoli. I should bring on characters.
What? Why? There's a reason it's chat.
B-man, I'm going to give you a push. You can have tomorrow's episode too.
What? No, I don't need it. Because
I see you're saying it is hard to bring in something that isn't rapid fire craziness when Anthony's chopping away, and God knows when he'll be back.
What are you doing up
why
there,
don't you
Anthony? You doing
don't try
paddleboarding?
to talk only to him. It's going to be impossible.
Well, I'll tell you this.
You doing paddleboarding, or what are you guys doing?
It's nice up here, but we don't have anything going on right now, man. Julia's at the beach, but it's only 70 degrees, and the water is 25 degrees. So we're just kind of here. I'm telling you, man, that's what we got greedy. And that's what, when you fly too close to the sun in terms of taking vacations per August, you know, this will happen.
Yeah, you'll get a 25 water beach house. That's not good. But you can come home anytime you have a car.
That's true. Nah, I mean, we are having a good time, you know. But
it's always nice to get out.
I'll just play a guy who got hit with a head in the head. I'll play a guy who got hit in the head with a hammer as my character.
Okay.
It's still just a listening. It's a listening kind of thing. The doing improv, you know, and when you can't physically listen, it's gonna be tricky and throw everyone else off.
That's such a great point.
I similar to what Anthony's going through weather-wise, and I'm so grateful, and they're paying for it, so it'll be nice. But my parents wanted to kind of get everyone together, and so they got like a little lake house in on Lake Michigan in October. And my sister and my brother and his girlfriend are going to be there. Me and Amy are going to go. But similar to what Anthony's going through, on one hand, so grateful. I won't turn down a vacation from my parents. I think that's really nice. But on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, I mean, October, what? Like, it's just a house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at that point, we're just going to a different house. Like, I'll go to your house. You know, I can't swim. I can't swim in the lake in October.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
You got to do, unless it's a Halloween themed vacation. There's no real reason to get away in October unless you're going to the heated cities of Hawaii or LA, Florida, Georgia.
The four.
I don't know what it's like down there.
No, you nailed it. The 4 known heated cities: Hawaii, Florida, LA, and Georgia.
This is my big question. What, Tony? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just how long, if it's a Halloween themed vacation, are the people changing into new costumes every day?
7 days of different vacations. You have to. It's like Hanukkah. You light a candle with a new costume every day. Every day you come down to breakfast as someone else. Oh, all right. You know, he's a Frankenstein today. Well, wait till you see what Thursday is. And they always get better. By the last day, full predator costume. Everyone pulls out their best costume on the last day.
Comic-Con. The last day is Comic-Con. It's literally the finalists on the Comic-Con stage by the last day.
Then you see who the poor people in the group are. Because they wear the same costume for 7 days. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah. And I'm willing to bet you get plenty sick of the idea of Halloween pretty quickly. There's good reason it's only 1 day a year, not 7 in a row.
I said this.
It's so anxiety-inducing.
Once, I've said it a million times, to what you're saying, Halloween needs to be twice. It needs to be once in October and once in the summer. We need a summertime Halloween so you can do all fun,
crazy. I would say that. That's good.
You know? I want a fun time Halloween that's not too cold.
I think you want sexier costumes.
No, well, for myself, you know, I hate that I have to wear a costume and wear a jacket on top of it. You know what I mean? I hate being like, oh, I'm Beach Barry with a winter coat. That doesn't work for Beach Barry. You need a cold Halloween and you need a hot Halloween. So you can do cold themed costumes in winter, you know, like Arctic Blast Snake Eyes. And then summer, you could be half naked Licky. Or whatever. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I like half naked Licky. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, man.
Hey, man.
Greg's half naked Licky again.
Who are you supposed to be? Well, I'm not wearing pants and I'm licking you, so I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of a dumb question you would ask.
You're an idiot. It's half naked Licky. It says it on my bandana.
If any fans out there want to do a drawing of half naked Licky, please send it in.
He's got a very long tongue.
Half naked Licky might look like.
A lot of tribal tattoos. You ever see this move with this? Oh man, this is when the girls put the Chinese writing down their spine and they have a fat old ass. Hell yeah, dude! I love that. Oh Christ!
I see that move, Mr. Greg. Mr.
Sorry,
Greg.
I was hitting the head with a hammer.
Mr. Greg Ref.
How did you find me?
Yeah, I'm back, Mr. Greg. It's me. Thank you so much for having me back on the program, Mr. Greg and Mr. Anthony. I missed you guys so much, and I have big news to tell you.
Well, let's get it out of you then. What is it? And then see your way out. I hate you.
I love you, Mr. Greg. And there's also, I want to tell you, I got adopted. So you don't have to be my father anymore, even though you saw my father. But I got adopted. Because I was cleaning up. I was in Chinatown cleaning up blood at the knife fights, and I got adopted.
Who adopted you? Who would do that?
I adopted the boy. It's me, Tough James.
You son of a bitch. You son of. Actually, I like Tough James.
Yeah.
Why did you adopt him?
Adopt's a strong word.
Who let you adopt anyone?
First of all, adopt's a strong
adoption
word.
service allowed that.
Good to see you as well.
What word do you prefer then?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, nice to see you, Tough James. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. You look good. Good to see you're still on vacation. As always, I've never been on vacation in my whole entire life. That'd be nice. Anyway, when Hainesborough says he was,
don't worry, I took a.
Anthony, you're bleeding from the head. You got to get a Band-Aid on there. You're bleeding. Really? No, you're doing a character who was hit in the head. I was playing character. This is why.
Oh,
this is why I'm too good of an actor.
I wish Mr. Anthony was bleeding from the head. That's what I always say. I would love to see him bleed. When the boy says he was in Chinatown, he was actually in Cambodia. That's what he calls Chinatown.
What do you mean adopted? You didn't fully adopt him or what?
No, I was at the knife fights in Cambodia, and when he says he was hired to clean up the blood, that's also not true. He was there collecting blood off the ground in plastic bags, trying to sell it to a hospital. Yes, that is what I was doing there, and so then I saw my new adopted father. I didn't adopt you. Now, are you aware of these? They got the scooter share programs.
Revels. We have Revels.
I'm talking about, yeah, very similar. They got.
I think he's talking about limes or birds.
Like a bird scooter or like a motocross?
Doesn't matter because I'm not in the scooter business.
Could be motocross.
So I saw that app and I said, what we need is one of those apps for boys. And so I found this Hainesborough, bought him up. And that's.
Are you renting a boy? As per an app? It's a boy rental?
You need the app. Now you get the app, you download the app. It's called Boys with a Z. And you get them and they'll do any jobs for you. So
is it a child labor app in Cambodia? Is that what I'm led to believe? You downloaded a Cambodian?
We don't call it that. We're doing an initial public offering soon. It's more of a child enhancement act. And
child enhancement act, my eye.
And
my eye. That's bad news.
Eye.
I'll let Hainesborough tell you about his first placement. It was quite eventful. And that's why we have since been on the run and are lying low. Why? So, hey, Mr. Greg, do you want to know where they went? My new daddy sent me.
Where did you go?
I went to, do you know a place called China?
Yes.
It's a country.
No, I know. I've been to school.
Yeah, not me. I wish I could go to school. I would love to go to school, but they never.
You were in school. You were in the school of life. Life taught you lessons that even the richest boys can't learn.
Thank you, Mr. Greg. This is why I love you so much. And now that I have adopted daddy for the boys app, I don't even hate Mr. Anthony anymore. I don't even hate Mr. Anthony, but I still hope he dies, but I'd be sad, but I just want Mr. Greg to be more famous than anyone in the world.
Me too.
But anyway, this is what happened on the app. They sent me to a lab in a place called Wuhan, China.
I tell you, this has had Hainesborough written all over it.
Yeah.
The COVID virus has his dirty little hands.
I don't know how you knew about that name. I just am now hearing about it. But I was at this lab, and what they would do, they found me on the Boys app, and they would feed me different germs to test.
Yes.
You know? And so
your body is so used to so many germs. You're gonna have to need a super germ to get in there.
Yeah, that's what they said. They
Yeah,
said,
I know.
They said nobody's ever been better at this.
Yeah, you're one of the best.
They said we put so many germs in you, and it's like you're getting healthier somehow. And I said, yeah, well, they don't feed me that much, Mostly I'm used to it. And anyway, they put this one in. They said this is the top one. They said no matter what, you can't weave. You can't weave here. And then I said, and that's when I said, you know what? I miss Mr. Greg. I'm gonna get out of this lab. And they had said you can't weave. So I cut the guy that was blocking the door. I cut him.
With a knife?
Yeah, in his throat. I cut his fucking throat right open.
Oh boy, the language. You know better than that.
I know, but okay, I cut his fucking neck.
No, the F word. Don't use the F word. You're a young boy, and you should talk a little bit like a.
Which one was it?
Yeah, you cut his. Just that you cut his.
Oh, I
throat.
fought his.
No,
I fought his fucking throat.
No, stop saying the F word. You're a little. You want to go in timeout?
Time out.
You want to go in?
I don't understand what you're saying about F. Which one should I start with the F?
Just say I cut his throat. It's an expletive.
I cut his throat. It's an expletive fucking guy. So he deserves it.
Keep going with your story.
And so then I went out of there, and I was coming to see you because you're my best friend and my real father.
I'm your best friend. I'm your real father.
Yeah, my real father, my best friend, and everything in between.
We are not friends. I'm your father. It's a difference. That's why I have to teach you to stop cursing.
Fuck. And then
cursing.
So on the way there though, I was in line at the Chinese. They got McDonald's in China.
Yeah, it's called McChinese.
That's what I thought it would be called. It was just called McDonald's. I said,
no, that's weird.
Fucking bullshit.
Everyone knows McDonald's does the country after. That's Donald. Anthony's dead. His head wound got to him.
That's obviously should be.
My head is pounding. Did someone say McChinese though?
Yeah, McChinese. That's everyone knows. That's what McDonald's in China is called. McChinese.
And so then
He's right about that.
He is right about that, and they weren't calling it that. And I was furious because I said, Mr. Greg not gonna like this, that they're just trying to call it McDonald's when it's mixed Chinese.
No, it's McChinese.
Oh, there was a lady in line in front of me, and I bit into her calf muscle. And then
bit another woman?
Yeah, I bit right into her calf muscle. I took a chunk out, and that's where I guess they said it started a whole thing.
Yeah, we knew that this was from you. You're the king of spreading diseases. You're worse than an old pillow. You got lots of diseases in you. Change your pillows once every 6 months, folks.
I wish somebody would use me as a pillow. If somebody could ever sleep with their head out lying on me, I feel like I gave the world something other than the COVID-19.
You didn't get, you know what? Maybe worry about the language on you. Don't worry about the COVID. We got that. It's your mouth. You're never going to get a real job with that mouth.
But it is okay to kill people, though, as long as I don't say the F word.
I mean, I know what I can and can't change with you. Some things are ingrained. And if we can get your language down, at least we can get through the court cases. Because if you're in court and they're like, Your Honor, did you murder somebody? I fucking killed. You're like, his mouth. He's the dirty boy.
That's what I've been telling the boy. Because I'm trying to get boys off the ground. And this little... it seems to think I adopted him, and not only that,
leave my son alone, you son of a bitch. That's my son.
Nobody's ever stuck up for me before. That's really nice.
No, well,
all due respect to your son, but one job on boys, and he started COVID-19, and he's got a dirty mouth.
Yeah, because my dirty mouth is the one thing we can agree on. Terrible stepfather, but I'll tell you this: he's a good boy, and he didn't mean it. He's got problems. We all got problems.
That's the nicest thing everyone ever said about me, that I got problems. But
you got lots of problems.
Other people got problems. I didn't know that about other people because I knew I got problems. Like one time.
Yeah. People got problems, but they're not as bad as you. Some people just got. I'm talking now.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
talking
Mr.
now.
Greg. I'm sorry, Mr. Greg. I didn't know I was going to tell you a problem, but right now.
No, I know you got problems. I created them to make you a tougher boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you were born, I threw you behind a dumpster in Dunkin' Donuts because I said I'm going to raise a tough. That's how Batman got started. Batman wouldn't be Batman unless someone murdered his parents. I'm just trying to Batman you to make you the best you can be. Now, list your problems.
Well, I just on the Batman thing, it really backfired, huh?
On what? Batman?
No, on me.
No, you did exactly everything you needed. If COVID, let me tell you a little thing about COVID that people don't seem to realize. We got out of this, okay? This is my theory. If the Holocaust didn't happen, in the future, there would have been a worse Holocaust. Now we know how to handle it. Now COVID was the first step that now we know how to handle a bigger disease. This was the testing, and it's all because of you. We're doing okay. Now, sure, lots of people died, but not everybody. That's what Trump should say. A lot of people died, but not everybody. 2020.
I never went to school or nothing, but I think that's
Trump's new running mate, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. I never went to school or nothing, but I think that is sort of a controversial view on the Holocaust.
Well, you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, if it's controversial, but if you don't, well, maybe if a smaller one would have happened, we could have avoided the Holocaust. If there was like a New Jersey Holocaust, where like just a bunch of people from Rutherford died, and they're like, oh, we can prepare for a real one, and the real one might not have happened. You know what I mean?
How many people in Rutherford you want me to kill?
Now none, because we already had a Holocaust. But I'm saying these things are like vaccines. If you introduce the disease at a slightly smaller level, your immune system will work through it. And that's what I'm saying with COVID, is that we introduced a mass pandemic that only killed old people and sick people, like not a big deal, as opposed to like a full-on zombie apocalypse.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I was thinking I would do when I was escaped out of there, that I would come to see you and tell you about what I did, but then immediately I would leave. So anyway, it's good to talk to you as always, Mr. Greg. Miss Anthony, I apologize for all the times in the past when I've been so rude to you.
Don't apologize to him. The guy's got a head wound. He's not going to remember any of this.
I don't.
Thanks for remembering my name.
I always remember your name, Mr. Anthony, because for years you were my #1 most hated enemy, and I wanted to kill you dead. It would cut your fucking throat out while you sleep.
Language.
What?
Cut your head off.
Yeah, I wanted to cut your
head. I just wanted to cut your head off.
I wanted to cut your head off, you dago fuck.
No, dago, say dang. I want to cut your dang head off. Or your peanut butter, like your peanut butter head off.
Penis. I'll cut your penis.
No, not penis. That's going to get you in trouble in the court.
Butter. I'll put your penis in butter and stroke it up and down. You sicko.
I can't vouch for this child. I didn't teach him this. You sent him over.
Got into a better place.
I'm just saying, I don't know who's teaching him this stuff. He's not learning it in my house. This is the problem with throwing your kid out on the street. When they come back cursing, you're like, well, I didn't teach him this.
You did.
I threw him out on the street. The streets taught him this.
You taught me to fend for myself and become a better man. And boy, I'm not really a man. Even though I'm very, I don't know what I am really. I got a lot of anger.
Yeah, it's odd. Taller though. It is.
Anyway, I'm going to let you guys get back to whatever you were doing. And Tough James seems to have left quite a while ago. But I think, Mr. Greg, I just wanted to remind you, you're the best man that I ever met. You always will be. And I love you so much. And sometimes when you're asleep, I like to look at you and Tita while you're sleeping and say, there's my mommy and daddy.
No, Anthony's your mother. Tita's not your mother. She has nothing to do with you. Anthony is your mother.
But because you love her, she's my mommy, and Anthony is a motherfucker.
The fuck? I'm two demerits. I love Anthony. Not only do you cut off, but you also stop talking. Act like the camera. You just go like. Sometimes you're talking. I went to the, and then I just see you go. I went to the, and then just stop talking. ... Either you gotta commit.
Oh man, what happened?
Because the problem is,
see, you just stopped again. I watched your lips stop.
That was me. I interrupted.
Yeah, it's tough because I never know. I never know when I'm being cut by the internet, or just one of you guys starts talking, and it's it's messy for me on this
Dude,
end. It's
I
nobody's
understand.
fault.
But what you need to do is a similar move you do in the dark when you're looking for the light switch. You just run towards where you think it is. Just run. Don't dilly-dally.
Okay.
Just sprint towards the light switch. And if you're cutting us off, we'll stop or we'll talk over you if we can't hear you. But this move, we go. I went to.
Okay.
Am I still going? Can you? That's impossible. But I will say
that's pretty good. Okay, that sounds pretty good. This is it. I heard you start talking, and I don't know if it got cut off or I just kept. I'm not sure.
You keep going. I yielded to you.
Did it happen? Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was like a normal
great.
conversation.
Oh, thanks. Oh, perfect.
But
great.
now I don't think you have anything.
So
to say.
that was a good. I don't really. But I was gonna say it was good to see Hainsborough again.
It was good to see Hainsborough.
Yeah, apparently, because I was listening. So Tough James is apparently in association now with Hainsborough. That's something we better keep an eye on because the two of them together, I do not know where that could lead. I know they've met in the past, I believe, but this could be trouble. They've already done COVID-19, so
Yeah.
and that's their first.
Keep your eyes. Yeah.
Keep your eyes where, Anthony?
Keep your eyes peeled to the papers.
Do you know? Here's what's weird,
Keep
Anthony.
your eyes peeled to the papers because, if anyone broke into a water park recently, that's probably Tough James and Hainsborough. Those are the kind of crimes they commit.
Yeah.
Anthony, just keep talking no matter what. Because honestly, from my end, you're not cut off at all. So I think you might just see yourself as cut off. But I'm here. You haven't been cut off once this whole time.
90% of the times you've been cut off has been by yourself.
No, 100.
Yes, 100%. You just talk like this. So I went to the store. I don't know. What?
100 is not fair. I would take 90, but 100 is not fair. If you were where I am, you'd. Yeah, and I'm being generous with 90. It's more, than that. But
let me do an impression of you real quick.
Back to you, Stretch.
This is my impression of Anthony. I hope you can hear it. So I wanted to tell you this thing that happened to me. Yeah. What? That's how we hear you.
Yeah. And what we're telling you, Anthony, is not that you're not being cut off. I think on your end, you're probably seeing lag or cut off. But to us,
tons.
To
You're
us,
seeing a lot of lag, Brendan.
To us, we just see you and hear you.
Yeah. Yes. Like I said, just go blind towards that light switch. Just run for it when you're talking. Full fanny.
All right. I'll
go full fanny.
Try to calibrate myself for a full fanny.
I only have like 3 minutes left. But I think we did figure it out. When are you back, Anthony?
What?
When are you back?
Back in New York? Oh. Yeah. Most likely late tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, so let's record Wednesday.
Another option.
For sure.
Another option. Greg gave you an option that involved just running towards the light, speaking with nonstop. Another option I might recommend is when you go on your never-ending vacations, don't be afraid.
Option is.
Don't be afraid to say
pancake breakfast.
Hey, what's the Wi-Fi situation look like in that particular house? Because I use the internet for my sole source of income.
Well, in his defense, sometimes these people don't know. My mom says I've got
pancake breakfast.
Well, that time didn't make any sense, but that's fair.
That was the 10%. That was certainly the 10%.
Maybe they didn't even hear the pancake breakfast part.
Let me tell you, Anthony, I was just talking about my mom's internet, and all we heard was you cut in and go, the pancake breakfast. And only God knows what the pancake breakfast was. Maybe that's what you said. They said internet or pancake breakfast, and you said, give me the pancake breakfast. How does anyone enjoy this podcast? That's what I ask myself every day.
People seem to really like it.
I know they do.
Really like it.
But it doesn't.
No, because Brendan, said, well, another option, and I didn't hear anything past other options, so I tried to make up what the option could be, and I thought maybe the other option was pancake breakfast.
Yes, Anthony. What I had suggested to you as a cure for your internet problems was a pancake breakfast. He missed that too.
Yeah, his internet's now.
Well,
his internet really amped it up for the end.
When I was in college, we always liked a pancake breakfast.
And then you grew out of it? What happened?
No, they're just not as accessible anymore because I live on my own now, and my
pancakes are even more accessible.
Way more accessible.
You can just make pancakes.
Yeah,
pancakes are not difficult.
It's like it's like
in college they would do it for you. What I was saying is that it's not that dynamic anymore.
Oh, you mean like an official pancake breakfast, like the so-and-so fundraiser pancake breakfast. Yeah, those were good. You'd get a lot of pancakes at those.
Win a Mazda at the pancake breakfast. Dude, what do you guys think about this? Every year in Wayne, they do only 1,000 tickets sold, but it's like $600 a ticket, and you can win a Mazda. But it's like, I don't know the numbers on that. It's like not a lot of numbers. It's like 100 tickets sold, but everyone is like $600 or something. What's 600 times 100? Somebody do the math.
60,000.
Yeah. Would you do that?
I think
no. Yeah, 60,000.
You take those odds?
Yeah, I would. 1,000 Mazdas, sign me up.
Not 1,000 Mazdas.
I'd have to run the expected value, but one thing's for sure, it's not 1,000 Mazdas.
Run the expected value. What's the expected value?
I
never heard of that word.
1,000 Mazdas.
Remember that time, Anthony? I said you should just keep talking. We gotta retract that statement because I'm only getting half of your sentences and they're cutting me off.
Okay, so what do you? What do you say the Mazda's
It's less
worth?
nonsense than you usually have, because usually you say shit that's crazy. But now I'm in the middle of a sentence and I just hear pancake breakfast.
Yeah.
What, switching blade?
Yeah.
Anyway, what was that, Brendan?
What's the Mazda worth?
I'd say 30 to 50.
30 to 50. Okay.
Probably like 45.
Okay, so if the Mazda's worth
30.
30. Well, 30. It's probably not going to be worth it. So if say the Mazda's worth $30,000. The expected value, you have a 1 out of a 1,000 chance. 1 out of every 1,000 times you win the Mazda. So you divide that by 1,000 to get your expected value. That equals $30. So really, it should be $30. If anything over, so $600 is way overpriced. If those are the right.
No, I just made numbers up. I think it's like $100 a ticket. Yeah. And I don't know how expensive the Mazda is, but $100 seems like a lot. But you've a better chance, but you still don't have a good chance of winning the Mazda. Still 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 100 is a lot.
Right.
So
well, 1 in 100.
Buy a car.
1 in 100 would be worth your while, because 1 in 100, the expected value would be $300. You know, so that's if it's less than 300, you'd want to buy it. But this is getting into probability shit and gambling shit. But
I'm not a big gambler.
No.
You guys ready to get out of here or what?
I'd like to say that rest in peace, Anthony, because he now is fully frozen. He's fully frozen. Greg, I'd like to thank you for steering this ship today.
I didn't steer it. I just put my foot in the gas. There was nothing. Who knew where I was talking about? I didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, a car doesn't move if nobody puts their foot on the gas. So
you were the steering wheel. I was the gas. And Anthony was the wife who just completely tells you to go the other way the GPS is saying. And I think it says left.
Yeah, and is high on painkillers, and every once in a while just says, pancake breakfast.
There he is. Rose Gold's back.
We're still talking about the pen.
This is what I heard.
Gone. He's gone.
Are we still talking about the pen?
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Rad Dudecast. As always, be sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Rad Dudecast, and subscribe to the podcast, rate it, review it. I don't got anything to plug. Greg, you got anything to plug?
Please go follow me on Instagram, because I'm so close to having more followers than somebody else that really annoys me. And so I just really am trying to have more followers than one specific person. So if you could follow me, my name is Greg Stone _. It'll make me. I'm trying to get. I think it's not that many, but I just need to beat somebody, and I don't want to tell you who it is.
Who is it?
I just said I don't want to tell you who it is. Mr. comes back with great internet. What do? You reboot? No, he didn't reboot.
No,
He's frozen
apparently
again.
not. All right.
Apparently not. Apparently.
Devo for TiVo. What? I think people were doing their Instagram handles.
Yep, I did.
Oh, okay. And then follow Greg so you got to help him out so he can get more followers than somebody he doesn't like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, goodbye.
And I'm not really in a race against anyone.
All right. Goodbye.
The Rad Dudecast is hosted by Anthony DeVito, Brendan Eyre, and Greg Stone. Original music by Brian Zippert. Produced by Mike Suarez. Executive producers Brendan Eyre, Greg Stone, and Anthony DeVito. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcasts.